Yeah. What's good? What's good? Y'all tuned into another episode of the Link Up featuring Simone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tone DeShields the second. We appreciate y'all for being here. Goes a long way. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what your job is. Before y'all get too comfortable, before you take your shoes off, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are locked in. Go subscribe to all three channels. We are live. I repeat, we are live on three different channels. Lord Brunson's channel, Simone's channel, Chalk It Up Sports. Make sure y'all go lock in on that. We all trying to build something here, and we appreciate y'all locking in the way y'all always do. So again, stay active, keep hitting that like button, and make sure you guys remain engaged. It's going to be a fun show, as it always is. We appreciate y'all. LB,
What
Simone,
up?
how y'all feeling, man? I feel like it's been a while since I spoke to y'all.
I mean, all right. You know what I mean? I could be better. I actually enjoy watching some football, knowing that the bum ass Eagles don't play. But I'm just kidding. I feel good, man. We're getting some dogs back this week, so I'm ready to post high. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Same. I feel good. I enjoyed my bye week for the most part until obviously the Sunday night game. But yeah, I like not having to worry about the birds yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I watched some great football yesterday. No strings attached, no feelings attached, no emotions attached, no stress attached. Like that was a great day. I can't lie. That was a great day yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. I can't even disagree with y'all. It felt good. It felt good watching guilt-free football. You know what I'm saying? Like no attachments, none of that. You was able to just really just lock in and really just kick your feet up and maybe take a nap if you want to. You feel what I'm saying? It was an off day for some of us. So yeah, definitely. I would have to agree. But back to business, right? Today's Monday. They got the Cleveland Browns coming up. But we talked about the bye week ever so briefly, right? We knew going into that bye week they had a lot of things that they had to work on. Some people prioritize various things about this team. Some people prioritized the quarterback issues, the turnovers. Some prioritize the defense. I want to get a feel for your perspective on how the Philadelphia Eagles should have approached this bye week. LB, let's start with you.
Well, I feel like they should have practiced. That's number one. We didn't really get too much action on the practice field. It's some type of unwritten rule or whatever the case may be. Guys don't practice during the bye week. I'm cool with all of it, man. But when you come out looking the way to look at this game, I think it should have been some type of organized or something at least. We didn't really get news to no edge rusher. That's been a concern. We had 2 weeks. To get out. So, I'm kind of, I'm kind of waiting to see, man. I know we've been injured. We've been, as time, I'm really not as concerned about, the loss that we just took because we are 2-2. We got a pretty matchup coming down the pipe. So no, I'm hoping that the guys took this time to reflect and try to get better. A lot rides on the coaching, in my opinion, but no date there either. So can we really expect a different result? That would be a question I gotta say for you guys. But maybe they have a kumbaya moment, a come to Jesus moment, where something might change, something got to change.
Simone, what about you?
I am disappointed in the fact that we didn't practice. I saw there was 3 other teams on bye, and I'm pretty sure the other teams practiced. We didn't go into this bye. If we went into the bye on a high note and they could have been rewarded with not having practice, that's perfectly fine. But going into the bye week where we got embarrassed, it was kind of like, dang, we had a whole week to not have to prepare for a game, but just focus on our own self, our controllables, tackling, wrapping guys up, bringing guys down, specifically ball security, just simple things that we could have focused on this week. And we decided not to practice. That was interesting to me, not in a good way, but interesting. Okay. I think that also what LB said, a move not being made, us not making a move. It's not like we had to make a move for a pass rusher, but we saw the past couple of seasons, we did make those moves. We saw the season when we lost to the Commanders that first year when we went to the Super Bowl. Then we brought in Linval and we brought in Sue. We made some moves to address the defensive line. The next year, we get Kevin Byard and we go after Shaq Leonard. Even though Kevin Byard and Shaq Leonard didn't do anything for us when they got here for whatever reason, we still went out and tried to address some issues that were on the team. The fact that we didn't make a move, is that like, do they care? Do they think we're real contenders? It does send that message because the past 2 years when we were contenders and we knew we were contenders, but we knew we had soft spots, we went and addressed it. We signed somebody or we traded for somebody. So I do think that, us not making a move, which we still have time, the deadline isn't here, that is a little bit like, are we not taking ourselves seriously? And then also the fact that we did not practice. Don't like that. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe on the flip side, not practicing could have a good effect where they took their mind off of it. They're relaxing, rejuvenating, recalibrating. We'll just have to see when we hit the floor against the Browns.
That's the part, right? You really have to shift your perspective. You got to ask yourself, how do you want to process this team not practicing? Right? Do you want to look at it from the perspective of them trying to unplug, get away from the game and just come back with a fresh perspective? Or do you want to look at it from the side of things like, well, y'all should be on the football field. Y'all have frankly been mediocre over the past 4 weeks. You guys have nothing to be excited about, nothing to reassure the fan base as of right now. They don't really have too many legs to stand on. So I can understand both sides of the argument, right? I can understand both sides of the argument. But for me, going into that bye, there were certain things that I felt like had to get taken care of because they were relatively simple to take care of. And I feel like the easiest thing to fix right now, it may not seem easy, but to me, I think the easiest thing to fix is the Jalen Hurts turnovers. I think the defense is going to be a work in progress throughout the season. And that's going to be something that's not going to just be fixed in 1 weekend or 2 weeks. But I think the offense, as far as the Jalen Hurts turnovers, are the easiest thing because you can control that. They haven't been putting them in the best situations in terms of the run game, waiting until halftime to get it involved. It seems like they're kind of just continuing to force them to throw the ball. And I'm like, too often we see drives where it's pass, run, pass, pass, run, pass. We need to get the running game involved early and often. That can take some pressure off of him in the passing game, and then the turnovers should start to dwindle, or they should begin to seesaw altogether. But I feel like they haven't really featured this running game the way they're supposed to. And I think that's something that they should really carry on coming out of this bye week.
I agree. Let me is Mike okay? Because I just do this dude. If this mic ain't okay. Is this mic okay? Do y'all hear me?
We can hear you, but it's still,
I just don't understand what the issue is. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
It might be a short somewhere. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know, man. It's all new wiring.
Tone the technician.
Oh no. Right. No, that's what I thought it was at first.
Okay.
I thought it was at first. I just don't want to be unbearable on him, because I keep seeing people telling me that it's choppy, is this, is that. Some people saying it's good, some people saying choppy. I don't know.
We can get through it. I'm cool. I'll roll with it.
All right. I mean, it ain't no turning back. But not featuring Saquon in the last game. I mean, I guess that was a big. I don't even want to bring up because I know that's a big point of emphasis for some. It was a shock to a lot of us as well. But when you go down the way that we went down, you kind of do shy away from the run game a little bit. I know that's going to be Nick's excuse because I guess I've heard it before. But I kind of understand why you wouldn't run the ball as much. But Saquon is a home run threat. Like, you brought Saquon in here to establish the game plan. You know what I mean? You brought him in here to establish the game plan and take pressure off Jalen Hurts. It seems like when we get down, it don't matter what other weapons we got. All we know is throw. And it's still things about the Eagles offense that concern me because there's nothing really still attacking the middle of the field. It's just kind of basic. And then
what's their identity, LB? I don't think they had one. I think this team is a running team. They're built like a running team, and they don't want to be that. They want to pass first. And again, Jalen Hurts is averaging about 33 pass attempts a game right now. That's not a bad number. And if you look at the raw numbers, you'll think this offense is balanced. Saquon is averaging about 18 rush attempts per game, but and if you include the passing game, he's averaging over 20 touches. So if you look at the raw numbers, you'll say, "Oh, Saquon is a part of this offense." But when you watch the games, you see them waiting until quarter 2 or halftime to really start getting him going, or it seems like they don't feature Saquon unless the offense has reached a wall or a point of no return, and they just feel like, okay, you know what, break glass, let's get Saquon involved. I feel like they need to start the game first down, run the ball, because here's my mindset. Most of those Jalen Hurts turnovers have come when they've been in like second and long, third and long situations, and he's had to force the ball down the field. When you have the running game going, that can slow down the blitz, that can increase the passing lanes, that take pressure off your quarterback. It forces the defense to be off balance, because at that point they don't know what you're going to do. First down, the Eagles are always passing the ball. Let's say, God forbid, it's an incompletion. We've seen that dance before. First and 10, you throw the ball incompletion. Now you second and 10, you second and long now. Then let's say you decide to run. Then now it's a loss. Now you third and long. How often have we seen that before? And then we see Jalen Hurts try to force the ball down the field, put him in better situations, get him in more second and short, third and moderate situations, and then you'll have more control over the point of emphasis on offense. You'll have more control in terms of what you want to accomplish. When you're constantly second and long, third and long, teams know what you're going to do. And then at that point, you're predictable, and then that's when interceptions happen. They got to do a better job at taking some pressure off that man, because if you want the turnovers to stop, you got to help him. $50 million is not going to help him. His head coach, his coordinator, trying to get the running game involved early and often is going to help him. People can nitpick and say Jalen Hurts is this, Jalen Hurts is that. He's not good, whatever. The bottom line is he's the guy right now in Philadelphia. So what can they do to help him get the running game?
Where's the screen game, Tone? Where's the screen game?
Another one. Where's the screen game? I'm so glad you said that. Where is it?
I'm saying to have Saquon Barkley and not use a running back screen is ridiculous. We using tight end screens like Dallas Goedert as Kyle Pitts. You don't got that type of speed. You know what I mean? When has Dallas Goedert taken a tight end screen more than 10 yards? When was the last time you seen Dallas Goedert do that? That's not Dallas Goedert game.
Right.
You know, Saquon Barkley in the screen game behind these offensive linemen that are able to get to the second level just make way too much sense. It makes much sense, and I feel like we shy away. We're shy. We're definitely in our own way, and we're shying from doing the things that make like taking the points make sense in a lot of these situations to where we didn't take the points. Running back screens against aggressive defensive fronts make sense.
Like they got the answers. That's why it's frustrating on offense. At least they got the answers. They got everything they need to fix the issue, but they in their own way, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, LB.
Go ahead, Simone. Well, I'm saying it was running back screen in a game where you knew you didn't have Age or Smitty. Not one running back screen, and that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is very aggressive, very opportunistic. Not one running back screen, bro. That's how you back off in team. You knew Bowles was going. So it's almost like they want to punish Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Like, you have trouble with the blitz, so we're going to throw you out there and play against the blitz. Wanted to ask Wink Martindale about quarterbacks beating the blitz. Now we're going to punish you every time a team want to blitz you. No, you still got a game plan to beat the blitz. Teams get ate alive when they get caught blitzing in the screen, get thrown out. Saquon Barkley, bro. Come on, man.
I feel like a lot of what watching those games yesterday and just seeing how mid 90% of the teams are in the NFL, how mid 90% of the teams are in the NFC, period. It's just with the talent that we have, we could be dominant. We could be dominant in the NFC, bruh, with the talent that we have. Is negligence on the coaching at this point. It's negligence. It's mismanagement. It's either sabotage or it's negligence. Like 10 carries for Saquon in that game, that should have had Nick fire on spot. And I'm not trying to get worked up on this Nick anymore, but I'm just saying, like,
no, please keep going.
Cause I'm not, we coming off the bye week. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to get all mad coming off the bye week. We supposed to be relaxing. We ain't play a game this week to piss me off and have me mad. But just watching the games yesterday and just seeing like, dang, if we had good coaching, just how dominant we could be with the talent that we have in the NFC. Because it's a lot of mid teams in the NFC, bro. Like, if we don't run the ball, if we don't look good against the Browns, if we don't beat the Browns by 2 scores at minimum, I didn't say every team in the NFC was mid. So I don't know why y'all pointing out teams. I said a lot of teams is mid. So a lot ain't everybody. But yeah, I just feel like that really like deflated me yesterday, bro. It was deflating yesterday because it's like, are you serious? This is the competition in the league this year, but we have coaches holding us back from greatness when we could be feasting on this NFC this year. Like, Dallas ain't dominant. The Niners ain't dominant. Like, we wouldn't have to worry about that. The Dallas. We wouldn't have to worry about the Niners. Like,
Well, let me ask you this. Let's get into a topic real quick.
oh Lord.
I want to get y'all a report card for these Philadelphia Eagles through the first 4 weeks. Right? Typically, we give a team a report card, pre-bye. Typically, the bye is like week 8, week 9, or whatever. But we got an early bye, and 4 games is a pretty decent sample size to figure out what you really are or what the trends are. So I want to get a few different grades from y'all. I want to get y'all grade for the offense. I want to get y'all grade for the defense. I want to get y'all grade for the special teams. And then give me an overall grade. So that's 4 separate grades: offense, defense, special teams, and then overall. So let me just, again, it's off the top. I want to pick your brains because I want to see if you're on the same wavelength with this team. So LB, I mean not LB, but Simone, I know you munching right now, Simone. So LB, you go first.
Offense.
Are we going one at a time, or are we going naming them all?
So we can go all the way around. So we can start with offense, everybody go, then defense, everyone goes, and keep it going from there.
Offense is. I'm gonna give offense a C+. I'm gonna get an offense a C+. Yeah. Although the game plan is horrible, and sometimes the coaches make decisions, I feel like you still are a drop pass away from being 3-1. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get an offense a C+.
So what about you?
I'm gonna give the offense C-, and that includes everything. Like, that's play calling and all that. Saquon having 10 carries alone brought that G down to an F. That's bringing the whole thing. That average when you got you bombed that test, that is bringing the whole average of it down. F. Oh no, not F. C- for the season as a whole. Obviously, we had the turnovers, the 10 carries. The turnovers bringing it down. The 10 carries for Saquon is bringing it down. What's bringing it up?
But
what's bringing it up? I would say Packers game when we had AJ, when we had Devontae, offense was moving, and we even saw in the Bucks game that the offense was. Later in the game when we started running Saquon, the offense was moving. We just kept biting ourselves in the foot. Saints game, like, the offense moved down the field, but Nick just decided to do dumb stuff once we got into the red zone. So overall, I'm gonna give the offense a C-.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. I'm gonna have to roll with LB. I'm gonna give them a C+. Overall, the offense has lacked an identity. They've lacked consistency. The quarterback is a turnover machine right now. The running game isn't being featured early and often enough. But they have been battling injuries that keep spots. You haven't had A.J. Brown for 3 of those 4 games. You didn't have Devontae Smith for 5 quarters. You didn't have Lane Johnson for 6 quarters of football. That matters in this Eagles offense. So they've still battled. They've battled outside of that. Another thing that's hurting them is the fact that the offense hasn't really helped the quarterback limit the turnovers. In that Bucks game, did y'all know that Hurts dropped back to pass the ball 7 out of the first 9 offensive plays? 7 passes out of the first 9 offensive plays.
And that's a game where you know you'd have AJ Brown or Devontae Smith.
Exactly. And that's a game you know you ain't got it. So from the gun bust, the offensive game plan was flawed. So coaching has hurt them in key spots. The quarterback has hurt them in key spots, but they battled injuries and they're still 2-2 going into the bye week. So I give them a C+ for that performance alone. Defense now. LB, what's your thoughts on the defense? What grade are you giving the defense?
I'm gonna get a defense a D-. I want to say F.
D-. Wow.
I'm gonna give D-. They're really close to a F. They're really close to an F. If it wasn't for the Saints' performance, they'd be an F. And a little bit of the Packers' performance. I'm gonna tell you why my grade is for the defense. You don't generate nearly enough. You have no edge rushers at all. You don't really pressure quarterbacks. Linebacker play is significantly improved, but it's still an issue with tackle we saw in the last game. Not a single cornerback has an interception, although you're getting great play out of Quinyon Mitchell and Slay. Slay is actually there. Darius is playing well. You know what I'm saying? Good play out of these guys. So it's a D for the obvious reasons, man. Give me another team in the NFL right now who really not sacking the quarterback from the edge spot, and no cornerbacks have it. You know what I mean? We like come on, we about to play the 5th game of the season and not a single cornerback got an interception. It just don't make no sense, man. People do what they want to us way too often. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the Packers game and the Saints game, and those are 2 wins, and the defense really played well, I really want to give them an F, because they really act right now to me. I really don't have nothing positive to say about that defense. I really want to give them an F, but I'm gonna give them a D- because they've shown some things in our wins. The season is still really young. They got to watch the tape on those 2 wins, and they got to build off of that. They've shown something, but D- is very close to an F, bro.
They ain't watching no tape. They ain't watching no
probably
tape,
not.
no film, no nothing. They just running out there.
They probably not. Missing 18 tackles against the Buccaneers game.
Credit. They ain't watching no film. They ain't watching no tape. They watching the game just like we are. Tweeting about Lamar just like we are.
Nah, that's a fact. It's shit. So give him an F then. Give him an F then. Shit.
So Simone, what about you? What's your grade for the defense then?
If week 1, I would give the defense week 1, I would say B-, just because it was week 1, grace and stuff, new pieces and stuff, new coordinator and stuff, you know what I mean? But they did get a lot of big stops. We got them 2 turnovers. They held them to 3 points, basically got the ball already in field goal range.
Are you going week by week?
Yeah, no, but then I'm going to average it all out.
Got it.
So week 1, they got a B- for me, and that's just me being nice to them. Week 2, they got a D, because they got walked down at our own home by Kirk Cousins. Like, D. And I know Kirk's been playing good. Go ahead and chat about that in the chat. Walk down and at the link when we was all defense. We was doing everything we could do from the stairs. We was doing everything we could do. Loud as heck in there. I don't know if Kirk could hear nothing in that headset. And they got just walked down. So I'm gonna give them a D for that. So they got a B, D. What's that? C somewhere. Week 3. A.
That's an A.
Week 3 was an A. So that's bringing their average up a little bit. That A bring it up a little bit. They sitting at a C+ now. Then week 4. Week 4 was an F. So yeah, I'm at a D. They had a D.
Yeah,
the D ain't for defense. The D is for damn.
The D is for dumpster juice. You got Maddox running around here. The defense soft. They soft. Maddox running around here asking people to play Fortnite. Slay just happy to be alive. Slay just a happy person, bro. You know what I mean? And there's no knock. It's not to that at all. Slay is just a happy individual, man. He don't want no friction and nothing. But then you got your rookie running around here telling people, "Hey, you only got one stop. You only got one catch on me. You got your being the dog that you need everybody to be." It's pathetic, man, and it's sad to watch. It's sad to watch, man. They got it. So I'm gonna give them a D, but they smell like an F. They smell like an F, bro. This gonna show us if Deshaun Watson start looking like he got on a Houston, Texas uniform in this game, this gonna show us, bro. Deshaun Watson start looking.
He's having flashbacks.
Right. If he start turning into Deshaun Montana, we are F, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. So basically, what y'all saying is Darius Slay is the J. Cole of the NFL. He just want to be cool with everybody. He don't want no smoke.
Hold on.
He don't want no smoke.
Don't. Now, why Cole in it?
Because Cole don't want no smoke.
Now, why Cole? Oh, okay. Because
everybody not built for friction. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that.
I'm gonna tell you why I ain't cool with that. I ain't cool with that in the National Football League because your job is to actually put your body, like, you can't be happy and have that job.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? Like he a crossing guard. He bagging groceries at Publix. His mannerisms are for those type of just you customer service.
You might be on to something because they always say like there's no boxers, like no good boxer comes out of the suburbs. Like good boxers come out of like the trenches. Like
somebody that been fighting life.
They always
the best basketball players grew up playing on broken glass, drug needles on the side of the court. Come on, bro.
Not these days, man. The best ones playing them AAU.
They definitely AAU. They definitely AAU now, right? Now we're learning the fundamentals.
They get to it now.
But Slay out here trying to be when Slay is an IT guy. When you got an issue with your computer, that's the guy that pick up Slay work at his mannerism. Chick-fil-A. They're the nicest people in the world. Slay work at Chick-fil-A, bro.
And Quinyon Mitchell work at Checkers.
You feel me? No, Quinyon work at Popeyes. Quinyon at Popeyes. You know what I mean? I said there's no more chicken. We could go outside. We could squabble. Yo. Slay at Chick-fil-A. If you leave your sauce home, if you forget your sauce, you'll get a knock on the door. You're already home. It's Slay. You bring the sauce from the job.
But listen, you pull up the Checkers. You might not make it home, bro. So I'm just saying, you might not make it home. Checkers on the late night, you might not make it back. For some of y'all, that might be rallies. Anyway,
right.
But for me, the defense is funny. I thought I was actually being.
They said Q work at Waffle House.
Yo, that's funny, you know.
Now don't do my Waffle House because they be having good service. No,
you know what they do though.
They moving slow. You're not gonna see that food for 2 hours, but they going, "Hey, baby, y'all good?"
It'd be 7 bar fights a month in Waffle Houses across the country. They don't have no bar.
Waffles be slamming. Waffles still slamming. But I thought the defense. You know what? Y'all basically saying a D. I was kind of torn. I kind of just gave them a flat out C. Here's why though. Obviously they gave you that stellar performance in week 3. That was pretty much the reason why they won the game. But overall, the defense is frankly giving you one game of competent play. Like I said, other than that, they've been pretty inconsistent. They've been porous and run defense. The red zone defense and the timely takeaways have been a bright spot. Reed, Blankenship, and red zone defense came in big time in week 1. Yeah. One can even argue the Eagles would be 0-4 without the defense stepping up the way they did in certain spots. We can make that argument if we want. Let's be real. So I'm just trying to give them some sort of some sort of leg to stand on. It's the reality. Okay, let's go to Green Bay.
They can stand on one big toe.
Hold on. All right, and that's the biggest big toe because let's keep it 100. Defense don't stand up in week 1 after Jalen Hurts turned the ball over twice. What we talking about?
No, I agree that the defense
That's an L.
But did they step up versus you said we'll be 0-4. Maybe 3-1. I'm
looking back at the wins we got. The losses are the losses, but I'm looking back at the wins we got, and I'm really looking at those games. I'm saying to myself, did we really win that game because of the offense, or did we win that game because of the defense? I look at both of those games and I say we won those games because defense stepped up the way they did to give offense a chance.
Yes, in the wins. But the losses, but the losses is because what? We would still be 2-2. It would flip.
The losses,
because the losses was on the defense.
And the loss, in the case of the losses, so you get complimentary football. Offense and defense had to do their part to win both of those games. In the Saints game, the defense fought like hell. Yeah. And what had to happen at the end of that game? They gave Jalen Hurts a chance, and Jalen Hurts had a good drive. Complimentary football. You know what I mean? In that Packers game, complimentary football had to be played because we still had to dig ourselves out of a hole. We had to find rhythm. You know what I mean? The offense start finding rhythm. Saquon started cooking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But though, Tone, there was no complimentary football.
I agree.
Jalen Hurts went down there, got you in field goal range. They need a touchdown to win. You let Kirk Cousins call cadence like that. Where was you at? So this is my thing. You mean to tell me
that you can make an argument? You can make an argument that the defense did their job in week 2. They held them to hold on.
Week 2.
Hold on, because again,
Falcons game.
We just Falcons game. Hear me out on this. What was the score at the end of that game?
I think we lost by 1.
They lost, it was 21-20,
23, something like that.
It was something like that. I think it was 21-20. Let me double check that. I got it right here in front of me, the scorecard. It was, here we go. All right. It was 22-21. You have that defense, again, with all the issues, right? With being bad on run defense, right? That take them as they are. They held them to 22 points. Who really underperformed in that game?
The defense. Kirk Cousins in the second half of that game, Tone. I was there. Kirk Cousins was like 15 for 17.
What did we
in the second half of that game?
I get that. I'm not trying to absolve the defense of their shortcomings, but what I'm trying to acknowledge is that the offense, if the offense did exactly what we expect them to do, they beat them 34-22, not losing to them 22-21.
Well, my thing is this. I feel like the offense and defense kind of gets mixed blame. I feel like you're saying that the defense has been handicapped completely by the offense because you said without the defense we'd be 0-4. That's not
my
the
overall
case.
Point is, and
maybe,
I think LB said it earlier.
Maybe 1-3 without the defense. But let's not forget
that Falcons game. Let's not
forget week 1, defense got walked down by Packers. Josh Jacobs was walking us down. Emmanuel Wilson walked that defense down. Yes, defense was clutch in the first quarter against the Packers. The first quarter against the Packers, defense was getting stops.
They came up big in that second half too.
We were getting, they came up at the end, but I'm saying defense was gone for two quarters. Second quarter, third quarter, defense was non-existent.
I hear you, but
it walked us down.
But it goes back to what we expect out of what we have, right? We knew this offense above all else. We shouldn't have to worry about them as much as we worry about the defense, correct? That's my mindset. I'm looking at it from the perspective of what we expect out of
the defense. I would agree with this. Listen, I expected the offense. Excuse me.
You're fine. But real quick though, LB, I do agree with you though. I think my overall point is I'm not seeing enough complimentary football.
Right.
I'm seeing 3 different units playing 4 different weeks, 3 different ways. Like
it's hard to see complimentary football though when your offense has missed so many pieces. It's hard to even judge the offense. This team with AJ Brown playing. It's a different mindset. We hungrier. We feistier. Everything is different when AJ Brown is playing.
But things happen, man. It's the NFL. Like you got to pivot. You got to pivot.
Things, and I agree. You do have to pivot. But only AJ Brown only playing 1 game this year.
That's
a drastic change. And then you lose Smitty too, because we was walking the Saints up and down that field. We just wasn't finishing because Nick was making his decision. Smitty was playing like a number 1. So the offense, Saquon is second in rushing. So the offense really hasn't that underwhelming. Dallas Goedert is up there in tight end play as well. Offensive line is playing well. The only thing that's really wrong with the offense is the turnovers from Jalen Hurts and the play calling by Nick Sirianni. Other than that, the offense is right where it should. The defense is just the defense got to give us a steady showing of what they truly are. Because I saw an elite defense against the Saints. I saw spots of being elite the Packers. I saw a JV foot game against the Buccaneers. But then they start getting stops. And then what happens? No complimentary ball. Jalen Hurts fumble. Because it could have been a 7-point game. So, you know, it's the lack of complimentary and just situational awareness. Because taking there ain't bad.
Now, what do y'all attribute that to? Simone, let me get your take on that. What do you attribute to the lack of complimentary football? Are they not in sync? Are we just seeing a disjointed team? Break it down for me. Help me understand.
Lack of disjointed for sure.
I agree with you, LB. I agree with that. The defense has when we look at the final score and we look at stuff, it doesn't show what the offense did. In the Saints game, we moved down the field, but Nick didn't take the points. We moved down the field, then Nick didn't take the points. We were moving in that game, but it was mismanagement by the coaching. So the offense showed it can be a well-oiled machine even without AJ Brown and even without Devontae Smith. And yes, the defense has shown bright spots here and there, but just overall, the defense has been so inconsistent. But I agree 1,000%. The issues with the offense has been play calling and the turnovers. But I do want to say this. I do agree that when AJ gets back, it's going to be totally different because that defense feeds off that offense. We saw in the Bucs game, once the offense started making something shake, once we started running Saquon, the offense started making something shake, that's when the defense started getting more energized. Like, I do feel like the defense feeds off of, you know, what the offense is doing and, they scoring and whatnot. So I do think when we get AJ Brown back, that's going to make the defense better because I think the energy is just going to be so much more hype. What do I attribute it to? I don't know. Like, that's the most frustrating part is that we just don't know what we're getting. It's been 4 weeks. Yes, it's early in the season, but 4 weeks, we've seen 4 different things. And like I said, maybe that's just how the NFL is. The Eagles are the only team we watching under a microscope. Maybe these other teams, you know, have the same tendencies or some other teams. But yeah, I don't understand what the disconnect is. I just don't.
It's overcomplicating a simple game, you know, for me at least. I can't help but feel like if they lean more into the running game, a lot of these issues on offense don't even exist anymore. You got to do a better job at featuring the guy that you paying this money to. And again, right, look, I hate even bringing up the money because everybody getting paid market value. Jalen Hurts getting paid market value. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they're getting paid market value. Dallas Goedert, Saquon, they're getting paid market value. The offensive line's getting paid market value. So I hate when people try to say, "Oh, you're paying that quarterback $50 million. You know, he should be able to pass the ball 40 times a game." It's like, well, look, at the end of the day, you're paying him because you trust him in his role. You trust him to do the job you need him to do. But you got to do a better job at putting him in situations so he can do that job properly. And in Jalen Hurts' case, if you need to dial back some of the design runs, or if you got to dial back some of these passing plays on first down, do that. Help the brother, right? Help him. And the run defense is not just going to help quarterbacks. It's going to help the defense. Getting back to our point about the defense, complementary football. That run, if your running game is going, it's the ultimate elixir. It's the ultimate potion. It can heal so many different things for you. It can get your quarterback settled into a football game. It can slow down the blitz. It can increase the passing windows. It'll force the defense to be off balance. It'll buy your defense time to get right on the sidelines when they just probably went the length of the field and probably held that offense to a field goal. You got to do a better job at paying your defense back. You got to do a better job at putting your quarterback in positions to win. And I'm telling you, the running game could probably heal a lot of the issues right now. You got a young defense that's still trying to figure it out. You don't want them on the field for extended drives. You just don't want that. You want to do your best to pay them back when they do get a stop. And that's even if it's a field goal, you got to do a better job. And they're going NFL on Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore making better in-game decisions.
I agree. The running game will fix a lot of issues the Philadelphia Eagles have, but I think looking like a lost cause this year. I'm not gonna lie, because if you cannot create any blitzes or if you cannot get pressure with just 4 in the National Football League, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you. We have 0 edge rushers, man. 0 rushers, and the fact that we have no edge rushers is making our back end look. You know, our back end is damn near elite, bro. Slay and Quinion are one of the better duos in the national football, but what they don't have is a pass rush. is a pass rush that'll make quarterbacks rush through so they can capitalize off it, get their hands on the ball, and get some takeaways. If you can't pressure the quarterback, your defense is always going to always. You know what I mean? This is the NFL, man. This is the big boy game, man. If you don't put pressure on Bo Nix, you're gonna get cooked. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pressure the. So let's talk about that. The first couple, we only got pressure on one guy. We got some pressure in Brazil. It was all right. But outside in both of the wins, we were able to generate pressure. Baker Mayfield wasn't touched. We have no answer for the quick game, and we play this zone coverage that makes guys have to rely on their football instincts, and we don't really remember sometimes. We don't gang tackle. We don't tackle and wrap up. We diving at people's ankles. We like little chihuahuas just nibbling at people's ankles, man. It's embarrassing for real. And something got to shake with this defense too. So running the ball, fixing some issues, but getting some toughness defense, man. I don't know who got to step up, but it can't be nobody on the front. Somebody in the linebacker room got to step up. You know what I mean? Somebody in that defensive back room got to step up. Somebody got causing some collisions, man, because that's contagious, man. Right now, the only guy I see out there trying to create high impact plays, running downhill and making things happen is Gardner Johnson, but he even moves. You know what I mean? So you got to start giggling, man. You got to do something, man. You got to do something.
So real quick,
just to confirm on defense, y'all both give them D minuses, right? Or basically D's for grades.
It's a D for me, yeah.
Okay, and then special teams, real quick. What's your grade for special teams? I gave them a B plus. I think special teams have been pretty solid, except for that Buccaneers game. And even then, they had a moment where they kind of redeemed themselves. So I was giving them a B plus on special teams.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. They've been they've been consistently good. Haven't been able to maximize, of course, because of Nick. But yeah, I'll give them a B.
What about you, OB?
I'm trying to think long or hard if I answer this because they asked to me too.
They really only had one bad game.
See, I'll give them a C. I mean, you did block a field goal. You know what I mean? I'll give him a C, but I gotta give him a D, man. Because what is Isaiah Rodgers talking that he don't know the rules? So who supposed to teach him the rules? Isn't that a special teams coach?
Give them a D.
That's a crazy statement for him to say too. Like that was
crazy.
Wild.
It's crazy, and just off that statement alone, I got to give him a D. Did somebody return a kick that flip field position for us? Not that I remember. What have they really done? They blocked. Yeah, they blocked the extra point. That was an extra point. Wasn't even a field goal. Yeah, they blocked the extra point. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I guess that's Isaiah now. But what have they done? Nobody's flipping field position. They running into players. They almost hurt Cooper DeJean, who appears right now. Listen, man, I gotta give them a D. What they do? They ain't
not even a C though.
No, they didn't flip field position for us not one time this year, or they ain't run no kickback. What they do?
We did have like one good return, at least one.
In the Packers game, maybe. I'm trying to think. Maybe
I just look at it from the perspective of they haven't really hurt you. They've been steady. I mean, they didn't break a game wide open, but special teams overall, your job is to not hurt the team. Your job is to keep it simple, keep it cute. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go out there. I mean, whatever you get out of it is a plus, but your job is to catch that ball, secure it, and get some kind of good field position for the for the other side of the ball. So I think they've been all right. They got
an important role. They got an important role on special teams. The punter is to pin guys deep when he kicking the ball. You know what I'm saying? The returner job is to try to flip field position, knowing when to catch the ball and stuff like that. They running it. I give them a C. I guess. Yes.
I ain't mad at you.
I guess.
So knowing what we know, what is the overall grade we giving these Philadelphia Eagles through the first 4 weeks? What's your overall grade? So think about what y'all said, right? You don't want to contradict yourself. So think about what y'all said already. For me, like I said, offense C plus, defense C, special teams B plus. Overall, I give this team a C plus. Borderline just C. So for me, that's mediocre. They've been very middle of the pack. They're 2-2. They're fortunate to be 2-2. They're fortunate to have the 2 wins they have. And it's unfortunate the way they've gotten those 2 losses, but they could very well have been 3-1. They could easily be 1-3. However you want to look at it is the way you want to look at it. But I think overall, I give this team C+ grade. Jalen Hurts got to stop holding the team back. Nick Sirianni got to stop holding the team back. The defensive line got to stop holding the team back. You just got too many people underperforming. And 2-2 again. They're fortunate, and their season can very well get back on track if they just quell some of these issues and take it week by week.
I'm giving them as a unit, as a team, coaching staff combined, all of that.
Overall, just or everything encapsulating it overall.
I'm gonna give them a D-. The coach don't know what to say in press conference, and I hate to be the negative guy.
I'd rather nothing to be positive about right now.
No, it's cool because sometimes Simone think I'm the negative one.
What the only thing really to be positive about is the record. To be honest, the only thing to be positive about is that we are 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give him a D-, man. Like the coach don't never had no answers. He don't never know with no press conference. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts is turning the ball over like come on, bro. Come on, we gotta keep it a bean. He looking like he ain't looking right. I'm gonna say he looking trash because wins you wouldn't have if it wasn't for him. But he ain't looking right. You know, the defense. What y'all already know how I feel, man. Just as a collective group, they got to get a D, man. They got to get a D from me. They got to get a D, man. They lucky to be 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to give them a D too because look at us. It's week 4. We've played 4 football games, and look at us, y'all. Look at us. Listen to us. This is a D. They've given us, is there hope on the horizon? Is there a lighthouse in the far distance with AJ and Smitty coming back? Yes, but we're still fighting for our life in these rough seas, and we're just hoping that lighthouse can save us. And it very well could. But right now, we are just stranded in questions, confusion, and bullshit. We don't know what our team is. We don't know what this team is. That's the most confusing and that's the most frustrating part. Like, because if we knew that the Eagles just sucked and we were just buns, like let's say we were the Jags or we were the Carolina Panthers, then we could just sit back, chit chat, relax, go on about our business. But we're just sitting in a state of confusion. It's been no consistency. The only thing that's been consistent has been the terrible decisions by the coach. That's the only consistent thing, and turnovers. In the other game, penalties. Saints game, penalties. The first game, penalties. Like, we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's early. Like, there's a lot of self-inflicted stuff that we can't fix, and that's the most frustrating part. Is a lot of the stuff is self-inflicted. Missing so many tackles, self-inflicted turnover, little petty silly turnovers, self-inflicted. A drop wide open pass, self-inflicted. It's just like goofy. We look goofy. Like, outside of the Packers game, which had a lot of goofiness, but we chopped it up to week 1. It's been goofy. It's been goofy. We won the Saints game, but we won the Saints game despite goofiness. Despite turnovers.
Let's take a shot every time we hear someone say goofy.
Despite turnovers, we won. Despite Nick not taking points, we won. It was just it's just goofy.
And you know what? Another reason why I give them a C+, whatever I gave them. They've been dealing with injuries at key spots. No AJ Brown. Y'all said it yourselves, man. This team look a lot different with AJ Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson. So you factor that stuff in, and you 2-2, and you got 13 games left. Hey, listen, a lot could change. But also, that's why I titled this "No More Excuses," because now, in my opinion, you those first 4 weeks, all right, you got your lumps. You're 2-2. You're fortunate to be 2-2. Now the season is among us. No breaks, all gas, no breaks. Okay. After this bye week, we can't keep saying, well, you know what? It's week 7. You know what I'm saying? They still got what, 11 weeks left. You know, oh, it's week 10. Oh, they still got 8 weeks left. Yo, we good. At some point, we're going to have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, this team is exactly who they've shown us to be. That's one of the reasons why I'm at that point. I'm getting to that point where the excuses are going to start running out. At some point, we're going to have to accept exactly what we've been seeing over the past several weeks.
I agree. You know, something got to change. But I think, I think we got an opportunity ahead of us now. Let's think about the things we played. We played the Packers. The Packers are a football team. The Saints are a decent football team. The Falcons are a decent football team. The Buccaneers are a decent football team. Those are all 4 solid NFC teams. The Browns are the first bad team that we've played so far.
Right.
The Browns are the first bad team we played. Then you got the Giants after that, who got a upset win over the Saints. They not as sweet, make them believe, and they did that without Malik Neighbors. The Philadelphia Eagles got an opportunity to turn it around for sure. You know what I mean? And I expect them to play better football. We was missing some pieces, man. We was missing some pieces, and a lot of other quarterbacks would ask for missing the type of pieces that Jalen Hurts has missed. But them boys about to come back. They about to come back off a bye, and we're gonna see exactly this Browns game. Gonna let me know what we got for real. I'm not expecting no rust. I ain't expecting nothing. You know what I mean? The Browns at home. You lose this game at home, then it's gonna be difficult. But I'm gonna ask y'all a question. What's the first thing would change coming off the bye?
Say that one more time.
What's the first thing you would change coming off of this bye?
Giving Saquon 16 carries, 17 carries, 18 carries. Simple.
The sad part about the Saquon touches is, with his touches have been decreasing. Well, his rushing attempts. Let's keep it on rushing attempts. His rushing attempts have been decreasing steadily every single game. Yet his production per rush has been increasing every single game. So my question is, if the production is going up, why is this man getting less touches?
Because Nick Sirianni hates the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the only thing that makes sense. We see him trying to figure out what this, what that. He on Jerry Jones' payroll. That's the only thing that makes
hilarious.
Sense. Sabotage is the only. There's nothing else under the sun that makes sense as to why in a game where you don't have AJ, Devontae, Britt, and Covey, this man gets 10 touches. A man who's hungry for the ball. A man who is hungry for the ball. That's the only thing that makes sense. Nick is an op, bro. There's nothing else makes sense. I cannot believe that he is that incompetent. I just can't believe he's that incompetent. It's no way. It's no way, bro. Saquon Barkley literally ran the Giants to the playoffs. Literally, single-handedly, two-leggedly, ran the Giants to the playoffs. Ran Daniel Jones to the playoffs. We get this man all of a sudden, he not getting the ball. What?
The first thing I would do is I would bench Avonte Maddox. You got to make a statement. And Avonte Maddox looks like the perfect sacrificial lamb to me. You got to make it and let people know that your job ain't secure. I would bench the hell out of Avonte Maddox. Like rookie. I would bench Devontae Maddox and I would play Cooper DeJean. That would be the first thing I would. The second thing I would probably do is I don't know if Huff is already benched. I don't know what the situation is with Bryce Huff, but I wouldn't even dress his ass for a week. Didn't even dress him for a week. What good is it to have him there? I wouldn't even dress him for a week. You got to go out there and let these people know that you're not happy with the play. We still like why should Maddox even be on the field after missed tackle the way he missed it against Chris Godwin?
Yeah, that was rough.
Why should he even be on the field against the Browns? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I wouldn't play him, bro. I would bench him. I wouldn't play him, man. I wouldn't play him. And I'll get back to doing like shit. We got 2-a-days. We got to practice more. We got to practice harder. But I know that ain't gonna happen.
Exactly. I feel you on that. Real quick though, another perspective that got to be appreciated is the fact that, or got to be taken into account, is that look, the Eagles, although we talk about the Browns and how they've been struggling, right? We clearly have been. We've said at length the Eagles struggles. I say that to say don't expect, and I ain't saying this what y'all doing, but overall, don't expect the Browns to just come in and just lay down. They view this as a get right game too. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they're on the road and they've been struggling, they know they got to get right. Simple as that. So the Eagles can't go into this game thinking, this is a gimme. Nah, the Browns, that defense, they're still talented. They still have games where they hold teams to less than 20 points on their schedule. So this is gonna be a tough game. I don't care what nobody says. This is gonna be a tough game. But so far the Browns are 0-2 against the NFC East. They got smoked by the Commanders and they got smoked by the Cowboys in Week 1. So hopefully the Philadelphia Eagles can keep that trend going. Let me ask y'all a final question before we get to the super chats. Who do y'all need to see the most improvement out of coming out of the bye week? You can go offense, you can go defense, and then you can probably throw in a bonus person. So that'd be 3 people. Who do you need to see the most improvement out of coming out of the bye week?
Are we picking one overall or one from each category?
One from offense, one from defense, and then you got a bonus.
I want to see it from Jalen Hurts. I want to see the most off. I want to see, you know what I mean, improvement from a player on the offense. I want to see it from Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts to stop turning over the day. I want Jalen Hurts to be the player that I know that he could be. You know what I'm saying? You got to lead by example, bro. I ain't making no excuses for Jalen Hurts turnovers. I don't care, man. I don't care how nobody feel. I'm saying I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. Jalen Hurts is he's the quarterback of my team, but he got to tighten up. I need to see the most improvement out of Jalen Hurts because what that does, get everybody off our back. I mean, that get everybody off our back. Mm-hmm. You can't run around here getting cooked and your quarterback turning over the ball. I mean, if Jalen Hurts wasn't playing the way that he's in, or if he wasn't turning over the ball, the way he's been turning over the ball, you know what I mean? People wouldn't have so many reservations about us. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive ball, one person it's right. Hard to pick one person for real.
Or you get you get one person on defense, then you get a bonus. You could pick
Sweat. You go with Sweat. I'm gonna go with Sweat. Okay. I'm gonna go with Josh Sweat because Josh Sweat, I think he did get a sack on Baker last week. He did. But Josh Sweat is a guy who had double digit sacks. Josh Sweat has been here before. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be. He's one of them ones now. You know what I mean? He's one of the leaders. So I want to see a lot of improvement out of Josh Sweat. Offense and defense, right?
Yep, and you get a bonus.
And a bonus, Nick Sirianni. You got to see improvement in the situational decision making. You got to. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts, Josh Sweat, Nick Sirianni. They all got to be better.
Simone, what about you?
Offense, Jalen is. I'm looking at the man in the picture. I'm telling him to change his ways. Jalen, it's no debate on offense, bro. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? We can't be known for the turnovers. We can't. That can't be that can't be what you're known for right now. You know what I'm saying? Defense is so hard to pick one dude because, and this is why, Tone, we move past this topic. But this is why I'm much harder on the defense than I am on the offense because the defense is everybody is on bullshit. Like on offense, we can pinpoint the problem and pinpoint what needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started singing again because you know I will start. So don't. That's why I'm more frustrated with the defense is because the offense, we can pick, okay, Jalen, stop turning the ball over. Okay, Nick, run the ball. Like we can pick on offense what the issue is. On defense, it's too many people to hold accountable. It's too many people to hold it. It's too many people on some bullshit on the defense. Right. Okay, so that's why I'm more annoyed with the defense. Anywho, to answer the question, if I got to pick one person, I'm going to pick Nakobe Dean. And I'm going to say that because tackling is a big issue. And he missed the most. So that's why I'm plucking him out. And nobody was tackling, but you were not tackling the most, not tackling. So Nakobe Dean is who I'm picking out. Okay?
And your bonus.
And my bonus, because
a lot of people saying Jordan Davis. I don't know how I forgot him, but I don't think he. I don't think he's doing too bad.
I hate to beat a dead horse, and I'm tired of saying this. I'm tired that I have to keep saying this. Y'all saying Bryce Huff and y'all saying Maddox, those are lost causes. Those are lost causes. I'm not bringing up Bryce Huff and I'm not bringing up Maddox. You know, when you teach in a class and you got kids that you know is just going to be left behind. You know those kids are just, there's no hope for the kid. He's still reading on the 2nd grade level, and this is his senior year of high school. It's no hope for him. You got to focus on the kids who have potential. It ain't nothing we can do about Bryce or Avonte, so I ain't even putting them on this list. They ain't even worthy of me commenting on. Now, my bonus is Nick. He has the easiest job. And I hate to act like I'm a coach or some G. I ain't never coached nothing. Y'all know that. But he has the easiest job. He has the 2nd easiest job behind some other coaches that got a dynamic running back. Give Saquon the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It start there. Give Saquon the ball. You holding this team back, bro. Like, I never want to have to speak on this again. I'm sick of speaking on this topic with him. I'm sick of it. Like, it's negligence. It's negligence at this point. It's diabolical. It's rude as hell. It's rude. It's a slap in the face. Goodness. I don't want to ever have to speak on that again.
Oh, well, buckle up. It's bogus as hell. I'll tell you that. Yeah, for me, obviously, Jalen Hurts. I'm with y'all on that, man. Jalen Hurts has to be better. It's very clear. You can't just you can't turn the ball over the way he's been turning the ball over. He looks lost sometimes with some of them turnovers. So, and it's fixable. It's fixable. They gotta help him. They gotta help him. Ego's got to be checked at the door and say, listen, this is what we're going to do to try to get you some easier throws to rebuild that confidence. That's what it come down to. Come down to confidence. So yeah, I got Jalen Hurts on offense. Defensively, it's funny y'all said Bryce Huff is lost cause, but good thing I got an alternative. I'm gonna throw CJ GJ on defense. I think CJ, he hasn't been their worst defensive player by far, but I feel like CJ can stand to improve on the back end. I think he's given up 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns over the course of 4 weeks or something like that. So he has to be better. And when he's playing better, everybody else is going to start playing better around him. So I'll go CJ GJ on defense. And then my bonus is going to be Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is a player who hasn't been the worst defensive player, but because the run defense has been so porous and so inconsistent, I'm going to roll with Jordan Davis because I think he's at the forefront of your run defense when it's playing well, and he should be at the forefront of it when they're not playing well. So I'm rolling with Jordan Davis as my bonus. So that's Jalen Hurts, CJ GJ, and Jordan Davis. So yeah, let's get to these super chat, y'all. We appreciate y'all for donating to the channel. We appreciate y'all for locking in and being patient. You know, let's get to y'all opinions now. We did a lot of talking. Y'all paid y'all good hard-earned money, so let's get right to it. So, first person on the docket. Okay, P. Diddles Burner with the $1.99 super. He says, I believe everybody needs to be held accountable. I agree, brother. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's a lot of blame to share. I'll tell you that.
A lot, man. A lot. Everybody get a turn. Mm-hmm. All right. J Love 47 with the $10 super. He says, LB, you got to be better, King. You're the most popular and biggest Eagles content creator on YouTube. With a $20, why you drawing?
Hey, what you talking about? This
He said with a $20 2005 Logitech mic.
This is Shure mic.
Love you though, bro. Was one of your first followers.
I appreciate you, bro. I'm trying to get it better. Hopefully, it sounds better now. I did some changes. I text Buddy. I don't know.
Shout out to my man J Love. I appreciate him. All right, Melly J. LB, you want to read this one?
Quick question: what does Calcaterra do besides get his head knocked back and be a non-factor in the pass game? He can't block. He really don't. He don't do nothing. Another guy that needs to be benched.
Yeah, bench for who? Shoot, I'd rather have Jack Stowe out there. I'd rather have Jack Stowe out there than Grant Calcaterra sometimes. At least I know Jack Stowe go and catch it if you throw him the ball, and he can block.
Can block too. Yeah,
and he can block. But Calcaterra, man, he just a liability in run block.
I said we should have drafted a tight end this year, but that's neither here nor there.
I feel you. Shout out to Melly J with the super chat. Appreciate you. Chaotic Green with the $5 super. Simone, you want to read this one?
See, About to get me fired back up. You got to get me fired back up. We're not running the ball. Not counting Saquon, Kenny, and Will. Not counting Saquon, Kenny and Will have 8 touches in 4 games. Kenny has all 4 of them, 5 rushes. All running backs need more touches. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because
I agree.
if it's the point that Saquon to get worn down, you want him for the long haul, then get a ball to Kenny, who's on a contract year, or Will. What are we talking about?
Exactly. They're overcomplicating a very simple equation. I feel you guys on that. All right. Thank you, K. Ordick, with your super chat, brother. All right. Aunt Perry with the $10 super. Thank you, my man. He says, man, I had to get away. And my Robert Glasper smells like Teen Spirit mood. Okay. Shout out to my man, Aunt Perry. Appreciate you, brother. Then he got a follow-up. He says, getting all the weapons back. Let's see. Yeah, man. You get AJ back. You get Smitty back. You know, Lane coming back. So, yeah.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm talking about No Child Left Behind. Listen to me. Saquon did post on his story. I don't know if y'all saw, but Saquon posted on his story. He was like, we back this week. We got a generational talent, a dude who's already paid, a dude who has nothing left to prove, in Saquon Barkley, who's not getting the ball, being disrespected, and he's still excited for this game week. Like, how many players is posting on their story, we back out next week? Like, that kind of excitement, it just makes it even harder for me to see this man not getting the touches he deserved. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
It truly don't make no sense. And, I want to just, what else don't make no sense? How we didn't use doing back sets, knowing that Shipley here because he could catch. Gainwell came from Memphis. He could catch. What the hell is Kellen Moore and these guys talking about? You're moving along.
They got to be more creative, man. There's uniqueness in this offense, but they're not taking advantage of it. They're just not. All right, thank you, Aunt Perry. Appreciate you. He back again with the $5 super. He says he's gonna take away CD and Cooks and Martin off his O-line. Dak wins. No, I mean, of course.
Hey man, he won last night with a lot of people missing.
Yeah, he did. They beat the
Steelers,
right?
I ain't giving him nothing. I ain't giving him nothing. You won a little game going up against Justin Fields. Ooh, cookie.
You funny.
Still sold out. He still had all them picks, fumbles. They won despite of that. They won despite of him.
Oh, that's my man Kevin Jefferson.
Kevin Jefferson.
It said the zone defense has been killing us for years, even when we won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
that's true. It's true, man.
You know what? Oh my God.
Aunt Perry.
Crazy. Thank you, Kevin. Aunt Perry back again. He says, you know why the Niners are 2-3? They don't have all their weapons. Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of things too, but is it like they gave away that Cardinals game though. They was tripping. They had them dead to rights and they blew that. But I understand what you're saying though. When you shorthanded, your mistakes are magnified. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do a better job when you shorthanded. You got to protect the ball. You got to shorten the game. You know what I mean? You got to get your running game involved. You feel me? Like you still got Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, Cam Jurgens, and Mekhi Becton out there. I mean, your offensive line could do all right without Lane Johnson for a day. Just run the ball. But yeah, Aunt Perry, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Didn't a pick in that game?
I think it was like a fumble or something. I think
it was a turnover that ended that game.
It was a turnover. Purdy did.
Either Purdy threw a pick or it was a fumble.
He threw a pick, I think.
Yes. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody being missing. Ayuk was out there. Debo was out there running around.
Ayuk went crazy.
Yeah. Kittle was there. That other little running back that been going crazy was there. That ain't got nothing to do with him not having nobody. He threw a pick and sold, but they not burning the house down because it happened.
Right. Cody's nuts. Thank you for the super chat. Facts LB on Maddox. Yeah, he got to go.
Yeah, man. I'm over that experiment. I tried to get Maddox some love, but I'm past it. Warv with the $4.99 super chat. He says, which is better, having a successful identity or being successful while having a team specific game plan?
It's like the same thing.
I mean, I feel like regardless of who you play, you should regardless of who you play, like there should always be certain staples of your offense that don't change no matter who you play, right? But then you should always cater certain looks, certain situations for that opponent. You don't want to just be stuck in your ways. You know, you want to be able to adapt while still maintaining the core of who you are. So
okay, I understand. I understand the question now. Yeah, it's not the same thing, but I agree with Tom.
Yeah,
Which is better, having a successful identity or being successful while having a team specific game plan?
I'll take the team specific game plan. That means everybody know what to expect from you week in and went out. If you're successful doing that, you know, you could be a different team every week as long as it's catered to the weaknesses of defense. But that takes discipline.
It takes discipline, and this team don't have that because before you start, in my opinion, before you start getting freaky with your game plan, you got to have certain things about you that just are paramount, that are foundational, that always work. You know, your go-tos. You know, like certain things about you that just you always got to answer for. You know what I'm saying? Or that always provide you answers when certain things don't go right. Because let's say you do always have a game-specific game plan for a specific opponent. What happens if they throw a curveball? You don't have a foundation to fall back on if you're solely just building game plans based off who you play. You got to build game plans based off your personnel and what you're able to do with their personnel. So, yeah, good question. Good question, Warf. I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. You got your money's worth out of that. All right, Trey Brown, $1.99. He said
Howie Laurie analytics department and Bob Lang problems. He said them issues.
Right, he running down the list.
He googled the staff directory. He ain't playing.
Right, I'm like, who the hell is Bob Lang?
Shout out to my man Trey. I appreciate you, brother. Green Wingman with the $20 super. He says this team needs to win convincingly against the Browns. I just watched the Commanders rout Cleveland to the point that Watson quit on his team. Just winning is no longer enough. It needs to be a beatdown. That's a great point, Green Wingman. He's right.
Deshaun Watson walked off the field. Didn't even want to go for it on fourth. Like, he said he's done.
Now, I thought they said it was too many men on the field or something.
Nah, the coach was pissed. The coach wanted to go, buddy, but he didn't want no smoke.
I agree 1,000%.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
We have to have a convincing win. That's what we need. That's what the doctor's ordering. Now, what they're going to try out there and do, I don't know. We don't know. And then they said that Jameis Winston might be playing that game. So, Lord, hopefully they know that. And not
I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared about that. Because one thing Jameis Winston gonna do, he gonna put it up.
He's gonna throw the ball. He gonna throw the ball. He gonna throw it. But care. Yeah, man, you need a convincing win. That's gonna breed confidence. That's gonna, give you so much to work with. It'll stabilize the waters. You know what I mean? Right now, the Eagles are not on. They're not on calm waters right now. They're not in calm seas. The tide is high. And this can very well turn into a tsunami if they don't get themselves back on track. So, a win will give them a chance to survive another day on the water, but a convincing win can stabilize the seas, and it'll get us back on track. So we'll see. Shout out to my man Green Wingman. I appreciate you, brother. Shaq B93 with the $4.99 super. Go ahead, LB. Want to read that?
The bonus is Vic Fangio going back to that weak ass 4-man front. Our line is not good enough to do that. QBs be taking naps. Listen, bro, if you would have tried to blitz Baker Mayfield the way that we blitzed the Saints, Baker Mayfield might have threw for 600 yards, bro. The problem is that those dudes didn't tackle. Baker was throwing everything in front of them. If they would have rallied to the ball and tackled, they would have been able to slow Baker down a little bit. That's the problem. That's the problem, tackling.
They would have forced him to throw the ball downfield. If you
tackle
well,
it's way too many people blaming scheme instead of blaming the fundamentals. Yeah, guys catch the ball, but if you tackle them and stop them dead in their tracks, if you on their ass where you're supposed to be, then nobody's talking about the scheme.
They had over 100 yards just off of missed tackles.
Yeah,
come on now. So if you tackle some of those situations.
Vic game worked to perfection. It's designed to in front of you. You got to tackle.
Yeah. It's funny. All the stuff that Nick Sirianni tries to pride himself on, fundamentals and togetherness and all that kind of stuff, is what they suck at. That's how you know he's not.
We'll be here another 3 hours talking about that, man. Dude's out there tackling a fucking donut.
Right.
Come on, man.
They're not even tackling the dummy. They tackling the donut.
Right. Excuse my. Somebody said the Eagles are LB stress. Yeah. And I don't even need a convincing win. I just need a W. You know what I mean? Just win.
We just gotta scrape out of there with.
Yeah.
See what we've been lowered to, or what we've been succumbed to. We just want to win now, for real.
I want to win.
Shit, man, we're not in a good place.
We
Y'all.
down bad. We
just can't be the only in the division that lost to the Browns.
I feel that. We're gonna be able to live that down.
Yeah,
I feel that. Shout out to my man Shaq B93. I appreciate you. B Mills 21 with the $1.99 super. He says we need more information in the offense.
I formation.
Sorry about that. We need more I formation. And yes, I agree. We need to see more ace. I agree
right. And play action.
Yep, I agree with that, man. Let's Saquon run downhill, man. I hate that they keep running him out of shotgun. Like, just anyway. Thank you, B Mills. I appreciate you, brother. All right, the Big 10 Repper with the $5 super. He says dogs all over the field. Coaches keep leashing them. Yeah, man.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
I don't know about defense. I don't know about defense,
Big
but
10
offense.
Rapper, dogs getting held back offensively.
Offensively for sure.
Yeah.
Defense.
Them dogs is all out there. They just missing this.
Them boys in the kennel. They ain't trying. They don't want no smoke, man.
They don't want no smoke, bro.
Maddox really didn't even want to collide with Buddy, bro. He was scared as hell, bro. Yo,
I can't get over like Quinyon Mitchell. He wanted the smoke. He wanted all of it. And Darius Slay over there talking about. He's like, "Yeah, man, congratulations on your 13th season." So he's like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here."
You still be game. Wow, while you in the middle of combat.
You talking about Maddie's talking about Fortnite? What, bro? He trying to take your head off. You talking about Fortnite? Even when they got to the sideline, they said the only one that got the juice. They said the only one that got juice right now is the rookie. Everybody else, they cooling. That's a problem for me, man.
Nigga said we was a walkthrough.
And us and Mike Evans was not giving them no energy. That was what was hard to watch. Watching them get curved out there.
Right. You still be gaming, man, when I want? Probably.
Right. Like
right.
It was like watching somebody trying to spit game, and like it was hard to watch. I had secondhand embarrassment.
He was so serious. So you still playing the game, bro? He was dead serious. Grown ass man, bro. Listen,
let's get to Anthony. Let's get to Anthony, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to
Ant Perry closing us out. He said D. Watson plays because of his guaranteed contract. I hope he play. I do hope it's Deshaun Watson. I want to get a piece of that. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to call it, but it ain't good. You know what I mean? I want to go get it. I want us to be able to feast on that. Because he got sacked 7 times last week. He's ass.
Yo.
We
getting spooky.
Kirk Cousins got sacked week 1 how many times? And then week 2, how many times he gets sacked when we saw him?
I feel you on that. I feel you. We got issues, Simone. Damn, we get it. We got issues. But it still doesn't stop the motion. Still don't stop the energy, man. We appreciate y'all. It's been a hell of a show. Man, oh man, we can't take for granted. Y'all show off for this program every single week, and we really, really love y'all for it. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all 3 of our channels. We are live. I repeat, we are live on all 3 channels. Make sure you guys subscribe to Simone Stanley. Go subscribe to Lord Brunson. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Truck It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Any final words before we get out of here, y'all?
Go Birds.
No.
Go Birds.
My man sounds defeated.
It's not even that. It's like I just need the game. It's a bye. It's a bye. I need to see him again. That's all. I need to see him again. I might be there. I'm debating.
Oh man, Simone,
don't go because we lost the last one we was at.
It ain't because of us.
Right.
Because
of
defense.
I was doing my job.
Right.
Defense. I did my job at the game.
Well, we're gonna need some more of that pride, because right now it's in short supply. But we'll see, man. Hopefully they got time during that bye week to get their mind right. And we're gonna have plenty to talk about regardless, man. Y'all know we show up regardless. Rain, sleet, or snow, we train to go. So make sure y'all lock in on the content, lock in on everybody's channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed, smash that like button. You guys have been tuned into the Link Up featuring Simone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tony the Shows II. And we'll catch y'all next time. We out of here.